Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Nico Williams back with another episode of Keep It 99. We got a whole bunch of topics to go through today. AT&T just buying out everything, selling every doggone thing. Bill Gates, what is he on? What he been on? Is he as nice as we always thought? Stephen A. Smith, back at it again. Talking about everybody. And Kwame Brown, we're going to speak a little bit on that. And last but not least, we're going to tell you what we watching because we always keep it 99. And of course, I'm here with my boy.
It's your boy, Alpha May. We're looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. Today been a wild day. We gonna keep it 99. Let's talk about it.
Man, first and foremost, do your Twitch got the looking cute emoji? Do they got that? Because we're going to have to get that. We got to make that emoji. It's like growing on me every time we do this.
Yeah, I need the emote, bro. I need the emote.
How you doing today, brother?
And I'm blessed. I'm doing better than Stephen A. I'm doing better than Mr. William Gates, and I'm doing better than Joe Budden.
That's how you feel? You just gonna call him William today?
William. Them Williams been acting up. You know them Williams.
I know something about them Williams, okay? well, doggone, let's get to it. As y'all know, Keep It 99 is this our show where we just get to talk about entertainment and all that nerd stuff, the stuff we like to talk about. Hence, we got Thor on the shirt today. We'll see what I'm coming with next time we record. I'm trying to make that a thing. Like, I feel like I need to differentiate the different sides of Unico Williams. I love it. But speaking of,
I was gonna wear a Hulk shirt, but with a green screen, that is not gonna work.
You should have did it so you can look crazy.
It's gonna be, you gonna see that flames and right here.
It might be fire.
It might be, but that would have been, I don't know.
Fire Hulk would be much better than the Red Hulk we have. Isn't he like the detective one, the Red Hulk?
He's the evil Hulk, I guess. We got Immortal Hulk. We got Devil Hulk, where Satan takes over the Hulk. We got all kind of Hulks, man. That's a good comic book, which we finna get into because it seems like those days are over.
It's looking like it. But you know what I'm noticing? I'm noticing that you're wearing blue. And you know the two things that are synonymous with blue, which there's a lot of things that are synonymous with blue now that I think about it. Like the Blue Ranger. He's the nerd. He's the nerd of Power Rangers, the first one. And I'm also thinking about AT&T with their high prices and their ever-changing billing cycle. And I'm also thinking about DirectTV, which has high prices and the ever-changing billing cycle. And we got some news out of there today. AT&T, who sold DirectTV?
They sold DirectTV. Well, they sold the process of creating DirectTV to another company. And today they sold WarnerMedia, losing $43 billion of debt because they was in $150 billion to $180 billion of debt. So they cut $43 billion by selling the rights to create and content to Discovery, which, if you know what Discovery, that's Truth TV, that's Discovery Channel, that's Animal Planet. So they now, they own the creative rights to WarnerMedia. AT&T still owns 71%, but for the most part, Discovery will now be making the shows, which leads us to, looks like it's the death of DC Comics. It might be the death of DC video games, because it's not looking good after that Gotham Knights. It might.
You know what else they sold the rights to, and I don't think they understand. They took the rights to 38 to 55-year-old moms out there. They sold the rights to that because, come on, man, everybody knows ID channel and all them channels right there is popping for all the moms. They love to see how they gonna kill their husband.
Well, they didn't sell that. They going to that. That's Discovery.
Oh, they going. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
And I
They
think that might be, and HBO Max, which is their biggest thing, 40 million subscribers a month to that. That was
What
what
else is there to watch on HBO Max, if you don't mind me asking, other than the new movies that are coming out?
Hopefully they make a better Mortal Discovery, make a better Mortal Kombat.
What do we? So what if they have like a real backstory about the Lin Kuei and like how China really is, and they give us a much better explanation for how Sub-Zero got his powers?
They could, but I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if Discovery makes good for that. Matter of fact, I got a problem with how they run History Channel, because before Discovery had History Channel, I used to watch it every day. Then they bought it, and then it was just Viking shows that they repeatedly showed me 100 times, and I'm like, this show was okay. And then it was kind of a hit for most people, and then they just kept doing it, and none of them hit. And I'm like, okay. And then if what everything looks like that, I'm like, this is bad news. But the good news of it, if you're looking forward to it, that DC would probably be sold to Sony or Disney, because those are the only two profitable entertainment channels in about 3 or 4 years. So Netflix or Disney or Amazon. Amazon is the second biggest.
I can't see a situation where Jeff Bezos doesn't stick his hand into that hat somewhere.
I don't know, Jeff. They got their own little comic book thing that's taking over right now. I don't know if they want to. They be like, hey,
Invincible is not worth $7 billion. Like, I love it, but Invincible and The Boys to get, like, what else are we watching Amazon for? Yes, we did get that show with that one boy on there, Michael B. Jordan. Amazon did give us that,
yeah, but you gotta understand, this is the difference. Netflix 200 million, Amazon Prime 175 million, because you gotta remember that goes with the Amazon Prime gift stuff where you get the free shipping. So it's killing. The video department is killing, and people watching all those random shows on it.
Well, are we watching The Expanse?
Yo, people, when I say EU love them. It's another show. It's another show about a girl. I can't remember her name, but that show kills in Europe. So I know they got a lot of shows that specifically for Europeans that be killing.
That's a good market to take.
Yeah, so
Europe is a good market. So that's a great market.
Yeah, you got Netflix, you got Amazon, and then you got Disney Plus, which is the new one that's on the come up, and everything else is not profitable. So them the three that looks like DC, because the problem with DC is if you buy DC, it comes with a lot of debt. That's why AT&T made a mistake. And they like, we're going to make HBO Max and make up for it. HBO Max only got 40 billion when you seen Disney get 100 million subscribers, and you got 40 million. That $10 that $10 per 30 million is a lot more money than I'm making, and this ain't making up for this debt I have. And these shows, all to make these good shows, Disney's spending $100 million a show to keep that up. But they make it back.
Making movies, essentially making movies and turn them into TV.
And you gotta look at it like this: it's 855 now at 103 million subscribers. That's 800 million a season, and they only putting one of these shows out at a time. So every month they make up for it by the first of the month. So Disney is good. Netflix.
Which cell phone provider gives you free Disney Plus?
Disney not doing that. She wouldn't give it that. AT&T still giving you free HBO Max.
I have free Hulu because of Sprint.
Yes, that's because Sprint used to have a partnership with them, but you ain't getting Disney Plus like that.
No, that's why I was like.
By the way, Hulu is owned by Disney too, so that's why you see all those them old ABC shows and those old Marvel like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that go to Hulu. They're like, hey, just put it on Hulu.
Just going on over there.
That's the little cheap shows we put. They put them on Hulu.
So you're gonna binge watch it in 3 days of working from home. So just go and let them have it.
I did like Cloak and Dagger though. Cloak and Dagger was lit. That was a good Marvel show. If y'all ain't
I'm
never
gonna go
watched it,
back and watch it. I'm gonna go back and watch it. And excuse us, fans, our new viewers, understand, and our listeners, because you know that we on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, everything. If you can listen, we own it. So make sure you subscribe to Overall 99 ENT because we don't play. But this is what we do in the show. We talk about what we want to talk about when we want to talk about it. And I'm just throwing it out there that Cloak and Dagger is a show that I definitely want to go back and watch because there was a lot of hubbub about it.
It's a good show. Runaways too. I don't know about the last season. I haven't watched it yet.
For whatever reason, it didn't like super trend like the rest of these shows been trending.
It's because they
we know Falcon and Winter Soldier. We know that they went that other line of black civil rights. Now the civil rights heroes. We know they went that way. Okay, they had a good season though. We know what WandaVision did. They definitely did their thing to placate the Midwestern archetype. We know that they did that and they got them solidified.
Loki going
where's
sci-fi.
That middle of the road show coming?
Which one?
When is that middle of the road show coming? What's the let them almost like shut up and dribble, shut up and save the world. When are we gonna get back into?
I don't know. Loki is gonna be sci-fi, so we're gonna look forward to that. So you got Loki, then we got to see what they do. They have a comedy coming next year with She-Hulk. So that's supposed to be a comedy.
She was trending today.
Yeah, so She-Hulk is coming. Miss Marvel, I think Miss Marvel might be that one. But a Palestinian superhero, the first ever, will be Miss Marvel. Disney going all out with this.
So it's not Gal Gadot?
No, it's not.
Gal Gadot's
It's a young teenage Palestinian woman, which would be the first Palestinian superhero. And during this time, which we know the issue, that would be pretty big for Disney. Even though I don't know how that will work. We'll see.
That's actually pretty ballsy. That's pretty ballsy.
But Disney go all out for the we love everybody thing. We take no political stance.
We're gonna find out if they're truly invincible with this one. If they go with the Palestinian side. But
they did Shang-Chi and China got mad and they like, we will not show Eternals and Shang-Chi in China, and Disney like, you know how much money we make on Disney Plus, and it's not even in China? We got 100 million subscribers, and we not in China.
Somebody need to tell China that we're gonna be just fine. Somebody tell them we're gonna be all right.
Now Disney before that, oh yeah, they was 100% China. Oh, China upset we can't do that. No, but now, yeah, it's a little Disney start like, oh, we don't need your money no more. But then we love your money, but so don't think they gonna keep making China mad. They're just like, we kind of don't need you for this, but we'll be back.
But don't worry. I haven't seen the NBA in China in a very long time. Except for some Nike shoes. LeBron, the people are still waiting on you to say something about what's going on in China. By the way,
every activist don't have to say something about everything, especially if you don't care. But that's life, man. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
That's fair. Yeah. You know what you said? Something that made some sense right there.
Yeah.
Just because you love human beings don't mean that you just know everything that's going on. Let me handle what's going on in Akron real quick. Okay,
I know about black people. I don't know about this other stuff, but at the same time, we know Disney going back to that money. As I said, AT&T sells it to Discovery. I'm not sure how Discovery gonna do this, so I'm expecting them to sell it to Disney, Netflix, or Amazon. And then if you go off their resume, Disney probably be the best place for it to go, but there'll be too much power. But again, it won't be considered a monopoly because WB comes with debt, a lot of debt. So they're going to be like, oh, you taking on this debt? Great. We don't care about this. So if it goes to Netflix, they're going to have these little silly tropes that I hate when the characters act different just to get through a scene. But it still be an amazing looking show. It'll be fun to watch. I guarantee you it'll be a fun Superman. And Amazon will make it very dark and gritty.
That's definitely what's selling right now.
If you watch Amazon, that's all their shows, bro. Without Remorse, The Boys. But I don't know if they want to go that superhero. Let's make somebody like, they're like, no, superhero bad guys, because that's what they like right now. But yeah, but those three were running way better than AT&T did, because AT&T did not know what they were getting into when they made all those super deals 3 years ago that everybody was, oh my God, it's crazy. I'm like, wait, DirectTV is in a lot of debt. They run their business terribly. WarnerMedia is in a lot of debt. That's why they sold for so cheap. They sold that debt off. That's basically what they did. So that's why they got it for cheap. Everybody like, this is too much. I'm like, wait.
So based off of history and repeating itself and looking at patterns and all that stuff, Warner is set to make a big comeback in about 5-6 years, possibly.
That's what we hoping for. But if it stay with Discovery, oh no, Discovery don't care about that. And by the way, I think the comic book division gone, because that's a bleeder right now. Doing those comics, so and the video games too.
It's different at this point. I'm not sure. I'm not sure we really want. Actually, let me give you.
Mortal Kombat might be gone.
Hold on, y'all. We about to have a funeral.
Yeah. Yo, I think Disney. I just thought about it. No, I don't want Disney. I don't want Disney on it. So I guess I'm going to root for Netflix to get it. Cause I thought Disney can't have Mortal Kombat. I'm sorry. We can't have PG rated Mortal Kombat. Oh, but that would work with Amazon. Amazon.
I don't know.
Amazon would kill that. They love that kind of game.
Cause think about the boys. Think about the boys. They rolled the dice. They got a whole bunch of characters and was like, I hope this kind of works. Not the characters were built wonderfully. It's the actors. You bring in a whole bunch of people we really don't know, and we like, hey, this is Butcher, this is Mother's Milk, this is the French dude that's the comedy guy, and then here's this other guy who looks like Joe from You, which he might very well be. I don't know. But with that being said,
that show is called Hannah. That show is killing over in Europe. Hannah. So
Amazon will take characters and take actors that aren't known for roles, like how they did John Krasinski and made him Agent Ryan or whatever he is, Jack Ryan. We was like, no, we don't want him to shoot people. We want him to look in the camera and make funny faces. But they did it.
Yo,
I don't know.
The only reason I can't give Disney that, because Disney would do amazing with Superman. I believe they the one that can do amazing with Superman. I don't know about Batman. They can't get Mortal Kombat. I'm sorry. I don't want them to have Mortal Kombat. No, you can't have Injustice in Mortal Kombat. And then I was thinking Netflix, but then like I said, they'll make Superman be angry and hit somebody like a teen movie. Just to make Superman feel bad, just to get to a plot point, because that's what Netflix does in all their shows. I'm like, Superman been this. I will be the ultimate SJW in my life. And then they be like, but we need him to have character. So for one scene, oh my God, I'm sorry. Then he go into the farm and cry. And that's what they'll do just to have that one moment, because they wanted to move the plot along. Just so Lois will leave for a reason. Netflix does weird crap like that. I hate that crap.
And remember, for a while there, they was like, let anybody create. If you had a script, you was getting a Netflix deal. So,
hey, they putting up. I think they putting up $100 billion $11 billion for shows, man, and they number one. They've been number one for a long time.
Shout out to the anime sector. They still allowing them to kind of get their rocks off. So.
Yeah. And Netflix still has not like scared. The thing about the top three are they not scared to try stuff. Even Disney. We gotta get Disney respect, bro. Because if you think about the way DC set up and the debt they had, Marvel was in the same situation. Disney bought Marvel without Spider-Man and without Wolverine. They had the Hulk.
They leased Spider-Man. They said they paid the money to borrow Spider-Man.
Yes, they don't own Spider-Man, and at the time they didn't own X-Men. And if you looked at Marvel, I promise you, the only person they had that was great that you could remember as a child, for most people, if you wasn't extreme comic book nerd, I was a comic book nerd. But if you wasn't, I'm being honest with my friends. If I showed them Spider-Man, all my friends knew him. If I showed them Wolverine, they loved Wolverine. If I showed them the Hulk, they knew him. If I showed them Iron Man, they were like, who is that dude? And they let a director and Robert Downey Jr. come up with this script and go off each other and let the creators create. And they made a magical film that started a whole universe. Did they make mistakes? Iron Man 2, Thor 2, they got involved like, we need to get the Avengers quicker. And then the movies when they do good at it, okay, we're going to go back to what we used to do with the original Hulk and the original Iron Man. And then ever since, can I say they missed? Even Captain Marvel did. People don't like Brie Larson. She did a Billy. Frozen did a Billy. Soul did a Billy. I'm like, everything Disney touched is the Billy, bro.
I went to the movies to see Captain Marvel, and I know that was during the whole the whole feminist movement, but I'm going to the movies to go see Captain Marvel 2. I didn't go see Wonder Woman 84. It's a different. Marvel just know how to do it. Marvel makes characters that make you want to go see them again.
If I told you 10 years ago they have a Captain Marvel, the one that got beat up by Rogue, that's what I knew her from. That's how I knew Captain Marvel, not Captain Marvel, the man, the Brie Larson character from Carol Danvers. If you know anything about her, Rogue whooped her on that plane and took her powers and whooped her. That's how we know her from X-Men series. That's the only reason we knew her.
Shout out to my girl Rogue, man.
Yeah, so that's how we knew her. She beat her down. Or Wonder Woman, you would be like, you 100% watching Wonder Woman. But today with Disney literally made a show based on Falcon and Bucky Barnes.
Which, okay, yes, they have a tie to Steven Rogers. Okay, I get that.
They were sidekicks. They made a show about sidekicks and made it one of the top streaming shows in the world.
Yes.
That's like making a show about Robin. Without Teen Titans, just Robin and Batgirl, and just saying go out there and be the #1 streaming show in the world.
It's incredible. It's incredible. Disney been, the thing about Disney's still making money off like during their stereotypical racist times, like Snow White. People still going to Disney Plus to watch Snow White.
Disney was randomly like, hey, let's make a black Cinderella and it worked.
And we'll make sure she's down in the bayou.
But that's what makes them great. And the reason we talking about this, because people are like, oh, y'all always up in Disney. You got to. We see what DC is not profitable for AT&T. To do what Disney does. To see what Disney does with characters that you don't know. I want you to get through why we propping them up. They didn't have Spider-Man. They didn't have X-Men. Those were the most... By the way, Sony was failing with Spider-Man. Fox was failing with X-Men. Those are Marvel's 2 biggest stars. That's like LeBron and Steph Curry. Wolverine and Spider-Man is LeBron and Steph Curry, and everybody else just everybody that's in the league. And they were like, yo, we making y'all star. And they did it. That's incredible. AT&T couldn't make Batman and Superman superstars. We got 15 Batmans in 20 years. We got a new one now. What's his name? The guy from Twilight.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, might have Michael B. Jordan as Superman. They just keep throwing people out there. They bullying Zack Snyder. Speaking of Army of the Dead, came out this week. I did not watch it, but it will be out Friday on Netflix. So we will talk about that more next week. But this deal is huge. I know we spent 24 minutes on it, but it ain't much happening. Like a bunch of new shows. I know a few new shows came out this week, but I haven't got a chance to fully watch them yet. Nevers on HBO Max is really good though. Speaking of WB, that's a pretty good show. But I'm warning y'all, it's very slow to get into it, and you'll be confused to episode 2. So if you don't like slow shows, do not watch it because you're gonna get tired and give up. But after you get past the Stuff you good. So that would be my warning to anybody that's watching. Like, if you can't get through an hour and 40 minutes of, okay, I don't know what's going on, this is weird, and then you get past it, it starts getting a little better. They have the part 1 season finale came out Friday, so it's a really good show. And if you got HBO Max, do watch it. Wonder Woman, you just said it, it's officially on HBO Max for good now. So, because it just passed its 16-week mark, whatever, after Christmas. You know, they do 16 weeks and it's on the platform. They got that done. As we know, Sony got to deal with Disney now. It's a lot of deals because, again, these shows aren't profitable except for to the big three. And even shout out to Amazon Prime, they don't even use the big three. They find fringe companies and like, we're going to take your Superman and we're going to take your Superman and we're going to do it. And even Netflix with Jupiter's Legacy. You find that people seeing comics that the only comic I didn't see out of that whole group would be Jupiter's Legacy. So I didn't even know that existed. So shout out to them for putting me on that. I didn't know about Omni-Man and Invincible. I didn't know about The Boys. I have read those comics, but I didn't know about Jupiter's Legacy. But people find their own, and they making money off of it. And that's what's so hard about DC. This is the last I'm going to say about this. What's so hard about understanding DC. You see Netflix have success with Jupiter's Legacy. This Superman copycat. You see Amazon have success with 2 Superman copycats. Different vibe, of course. Evil Superman. Whereas Netflix went to a pure form of Superman. But they all make it work. WB, AT&T, Warner Brothers, when they had it, still haven't found a way to make Superman work. But every other form of Superman has worked. And that's crazy to me. They all made off of him. They all create off him, and he's the least successful one so far.
That's the thing. It's like Nicki Minaj said in one of my favorite songs from her. She said, "All you is my sons," and I ain't talking about Phoenix. That's exactly what Superman created, the archetype for the superhero that's perfect. And then he said, "What if Superman's not perfect?" And you have an ability, if your Image comic, like, no, he's not Superman. He's from Viltrum.
He's the same bro. Superman. They dress alike. They have a cape. They have heat vision. They fly. They're the strongest man in the world. They can jump over a building in a single bound. It's the same character.
He's not Superman. He's not Superman. No, because his origin story is a little different.
Or Jupiter's Legacy, which I'm gonna give Superman Batman's code. And I'm like, so Superman now lives by Batman's code and pushes that on his children, and now you make an interesting show. And I'm like, and they still haven't found a way. Maybe Discovery found a way, but at the end of the day, they might just give them the Amazon and they make Injustice series and Batman Who Laughs series, and we all win in the end of 6 years. So I'm hoping that works out.
Do you see how much money people are making off of just going retcon and stuff? That's all they're doing is going back, finding great graphic novels and making stuff off of them. Like say they do the Joker or the Batman Who Laughs, or if they go back and there was an X-Men thing where they went to Asgard for whatever reason. Like there's so many great graphic novels, like The Killing Joke. Like you go and make the movie of that.
And it made a movie doing well. I think those movies still be around.
And just kind of alluding to what you were saying as to make my last point, we were talking about comic books dying. It's more or less like, yeah, I can read it, but can y'all animate it for me? Because I think people just enjoy sitting down and watching the story opposed to reading it at this point.
My thing with that is webtoons are thriving. That's new. Manga is thriving. Why is comic books dying? So leave a comment. Tell us why you think comic books are dying. What you think about this Warner sale. Who do you hope eventually ends up with the Superman, Batman, Flash series? Who do you want? Because I don't think Discovery going to end up keeping it. That's too much debt. And ain't nothing from Discovery I ever seen that told me they can make a superhero movie. I
don't know. I mean, they do know a lot about how the natural world works. So that's
That's a documentary. Maybe if you make documentaries on Superman or Joker, maybe if you do, maybe they plan on bringing Joaquin Phoenix and doing 2 and 3. I think they'll kill that. They'll do a good job on that. But
that's a good concept.
Yeah.
He's already kind of in the media as, like, they portrayed him as, like, in a sense, a media personality towards the end of that Joker movie. That's an interesting angle to go. I'd go see that.
But as a period, Superman specifically, I don't know how they're gonna work. Batman, maybe you make like I said, you just go through Jokers and do documentary series. I don't know. But as far as a movie, I don't know how they'll do on it. And plus, like I said, that debt is a lot. So I'm assuming they're gonna be sold. So, and only 3 entertainment companies right now is very profitable. So who do y'all think gonna keep it? Or do you think Discovery gonna do a great job and keep it? Let us know in the comments. Let us know, man.
Absolutely. So, speaking of top people that just make the most money, as we alluded to a couple of weeks ago, we know that Bill Gates and his beautiful wife, Miranda Gates, are getting a divorce if they have not done so already. You know how that go. And, it is what it is. We have some of the details of the divorce as, the money that they're going to split up, blah, blah, blah. We know Bill Gates already said, he's famously known for saying his kids ain't just about to get all his money like that. But when it comes to him and his wife, it looks to me like it wasn't just Bill Gates. And I'm starting to see that syndrome of people with a whole bunch of money are more likely to cheat. What you hear, man? What you been hearing out here in these internet streets?
I put it on the ticker below. We evolving weekly for you, so you can keep watching stuff.
It's like right there.
So it's right there, and here it's coming up right there in front of Joe. Bill Gates allegations have came out for his infidelity and having alleged. We're not gonna say what it down there. Read down there what could fully happen, but apparently he had strippers at his parties, and he was chilling with the Epsteins and other people of famous ilk. Now these people are in this situation, according to everyone that was there, of age. So we don't want this speculation on that because we're not gonna allege things on him. But
you're also going to say allege.
We don't even have to say it because this came out in the report on why they didn't divorce. So he admitted to it, so that's why he admitted to this. And so we know he had strippers. Now, the only alleged part would be if they were underage, but we're not even going to insinuate that. But we know that is with Epstein and that group. And I don't know what you dude with $1 billion hanging out with a bunch of billionaires having strippers at a pool party sound like what most of them probably do. I mean, you saw Paul, that's why Paul Pierce got fired, right?
He just couldn't help it.
Yeah, Paul Pierce nowhere near rich as Bill Gates. So what do you think Bill Gates gonna
have? This is where I'm at. I don't know what kind of perfect human being that there is out there that can have billions of dollars and not dibble and dabble and just doing the wrong stuff sometimes. Like,
y'all make me a
billionaire. Let me test this out. I consider myself a good guy, but me without billions of dollars, I still my eyes be, they kind of be going. I don't know if I could always be straight up faithful to my woman all the time. Like I think I might have thoughts. Like, I wonder, can I get away with it? I might do that. I don't know. But me with $1 billion, it's one thing to say, oh, I'm hanging out with the boys tonight. It's another thing to say I'm hanging out with the boys 5,000 miles away from you tonight, and I'll be back in the morning, because you can do that.
You get a private jet and go wherever you want. Now, no, y'all support us, share this video, subscribe, like, comment, tell us your thoughts on William Gates, and make me $1 billion so we can test out this theory, because I think I'm strong enough to make it happen. You know what I mean? I would love to try it out to prove that you can be perfect with $1 billion. You know what I mean? And it appears Bill Gates wasn't, as many people have thought. Oh, he's just perfect philanthropist. If you read the Bible, nobody in the Bible perfect. They all saw. David had someone, husband, sent off to the front line knowing it's going to be over for him, and married his wife. He's named after God's own heart. That's who he is. All the people had all flaws. Peter lied, talking about he didn't know who Jesus was 3 times and all that stuff. So if you're religious, that goes into that. I have never met a perfect person in my life, so I can't speak on that. Even when I say things on here, when I say I don't see myself doing something, don't mean it won't happen. So take everything I say with my intention is no. I don't see myself doing something. But anything can happen. I tell people this all the time. You don't fight temptation. I have never met a person that won against temptation. Never, not once. Everybody I ever seen tempted did it. That's why only time I seen people survive temptation when they completely avoid it. Oh, that girl that been trying to make me cheat on my girlfriend, she over there. I'm gonna avoid her as much as I can. But every time they sit there and let her sit by them, every dude I've met cheated. Even the females in the same situation. That dude like you kind of think he cute, and you with him. Like I said, I'm friends with a lot of women. The same situation happened. You feel bad, whatever, all that after, but it happened. Why? Because you didn't avoid it. Human beings aren't perfect. Bill Gates had enough money. He didn't even try to avoid it. He invited them to his pool. So that's just what I want to say, man. Just like, yo, anything even I say, I might tell y'all something that y'all gonna be like, you said this. Hey, bro, listen. Life will, one thing, saying something and standing on it hard, life will always prove you a lie. That's one thing I learned.
Back.
Even when I say I love my sisters, I'm 100% marrying a sister. In my mind, I don't see me marrying somebody else. But life will prove you a lie. What I'm gonna do if I don't just stand on what I said and not do it? Because even though if I fall in love with somebody else, you know what I mean? I still don't see it. I still see me marrying a black queen, but you know what I mean?
I've been around affluent white men that are really good at looking like they don't do nothing wrong. They be doing wrong stuff.
Every one of them like that. The smut, but everyone I met do cocaine.
Oh man, like the secret world behind rich white people that you cool with is wild. It's wild. And you know, that's one of the biggest things, because society, quote unquote, as far as America goes, has always been about, you know, making sure you look good in front of a certain group of people. That's what your thing is supposed to be. But when you let loose, I mean, you know, I told y'all I've been big into the Jeffrey Dahmers of the world and the John Gacy. I've been watching them over the past week or so, just like, what the heck is this? I can't believe I'm just now seeing, like, really analyzing what happened. Gacy was this whole monster, but in the public, he was a perfect guy.
Yeah.
So with that being said, light-skinned folk tend to kind of know how to work the system a little bit better. And trust me, I've been behind some of the people that gave the most passionate speeches about how they want the community to be better. And then when we got behind them closed door, because Joe, you cool, had a couple of drinks. Oh man, we got into some wild stuff, man.
Yeah, man. Half them activists,
So I already know what
money,
do I
bro.
do when I have my own means. When I have my own means to do whatever I want to do, the temptation is going to be that much greater. And then I guess that's where you see what you made of. But I'm going to tell you right now, I ain't shit. So with that being said, whoever my wife is, I just want to say, whoever my wife is, I will have chosen you because that's who you're my wife. That's it. But that whole time when I'm rich and I don't have a wife, don't worry about me. Don't worry about me.
Avoid temptation, Joe. Run away.
If I'm married, that's it. She really floats my boat. If I'm not married,
in the Bible, if you believe in the Bible say flee temptation because you are not gonna be able to take it.
I'll pull my hamstring. Anything else on Bill Gates, man? Before we move on,
we done with William today.
Huh?
We done with William for today.
I'm actually cool off Me Too. Like I'm actually done with Me Too. You know, before we get into one of my favorite people, we're gonna knock it. We're gonna get into one of the world's favorite people, one of the best basketball players in the world. Before we get into that, I know you alluded to some of the things that you like and you've been watching on HBO Max and all that, and Netflix. A lot of, we tell y'all what to watch a lot of times. What are you watching and reading right now?
What I'm
Or
reading
what are
right
you
now,
playing to? Or what are you excited that's coming up?
I've been reading Jujutsu Kaisen. That's a good manga. By the way, it's killing it right now. Dragon Ball Super will be out 2 days from now on the 20th. So the new episodes of the new manga, Dragon Ball Super. Speaking of Dragon Ball Super, I want to get in this. The movie is coming out in next year. And a possible anime return. Also, Overlord Season 4 is scheduled for right now. I'm thinking I heard next year. And Reincarnation of Slime is coming out in a little over 2 months. So we got a lot of good anime, some good shows. I've already mentioned the Never season finale will be this Friday. Good show. We have some shows coming up. We have Angelina Jolie had a new show on HBO Max that I was looking at, but I had to go get these glasses, and I've been doing this a lot lately, these podcasts and stuff, so I haven't got a chance to watch it, but I will. I'm free tomorrow.
They keep making her like athletic. Like she's been athletic for like since Tomb Raider. And Tomb Raider came out so long ago, but this new movie is her being, or this show or whatever it is. There she is being an action star.
And then she on Eternals too, so she's on HBO and Disney. She working, she communicating behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Speaking of that, look at the news is interesting. Apparently, UFOs has been announced, and they showing videos. The government is showing videos now for randomly. I don't know if they try to distract us from what's going on over there in Gaza. So they like, hey, look, aliens. That's how the media like, hey, aliens. Ignore them. They've been fighting 2,000 years, and y'all like, we wanted to stop, but there's aliens. UFOs, you see it in the water? Atlantis. I'm like, what are y'all trying to distract us from? What are y'all doing? So if you're interested in the extraterrestrial, apparently they are not this smart. Apparently they're stupid and they like fall in the water and get caught. So they're not this ingenious species. They just had a spaceship and like, hey, we found Earth, and then the gravity caught them, and they're like, oh, I didn't know about gravity. Apparently aliens aren't smart as we thought they were. So
interspatial flight, y'all don't know nothing about gravity,
or
then expect the water. That could be something to contend with.
And then we just pick them up like, hey, what are you doing here, sir?
I gotta say, if anything, and it's just like, this is the nerd show. Let's nerd out for a second. The Viltrumites were right. What other civilizations were right? The Kryptonians. I'm thinking at this point, even the same race is more advanced than what we are. I mean,
well,
human race sucks.
Because, well, one of them is spoilers. I'm not gonna say it, but they all gone. Y'all live with us now.
That's a fair point too.
And spoiler one, all three of them live with us now. So I'm not gonna tell you how, but everybody live with humans now because they don't exist no more. So
no, that's actually a good point because everybody just want to just come to Earth and this the hot spot and you just love this and all that. But yeah, y'all Earths and y'all planets is gone. But I let me see, where am I at here? I love Rock Lee and his Ninja Pals. It's a little fun show. It's like they got the perfect characters to do this show. They basically take Rock Lee's team of him from Naruto. So it's Rock Lee, Neji, and everybody's favorite girl to forget that's not named Sakura, 10-10. And so it's Rock Lee's team, and they just get into a whole bunch of stuff because they're all three just like way different personalities. And Rock Lee, who can't use ninjutsu, he uses genjutsu, and his genjutsu is just to do sketches. So they just do a whole bunch of sketch comedy, and Japanese comedy is actually pretty funny if you understand some of it. But they make it so
it's hilarious. Gintama is hilarious.
They got they make a lot of references, like yes, to their culture, but it's not something that automatically just goes above your head. Like a CIA situation, or the drunk businessman that has to try and keep the boss happy, so they get drunk together. It's a fun little cute show. I enjoy watching it.
Hey, can I defend Sakura before you get off? Yo, Sakura
But
really the third strongest person in the village. It just the two in front of her got god powers in the middle of a fight out of nowhere. And I'm like, oh, so we just gonna forget about the third? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So she became
I'm
kind of
still
useless.
I'm still Rock Lee with all that. I'm still Rock Lee with all that when it comes to that power.
Yeah, but I'm like, how unfair is that Sakura? Like, we competing, we all fighting hard. Sakura learned from Tsunade, who was the what's name. She got this superpower that can heal and do all this cool stuff. And then Naruto and Sasuke get a power up that heals them, so they don't really need her no more. So she becomes kind of useless because they learn God power. I'm like, that's kind of y'all kind of did her dirty. She doesn't even get
Also
God power.
Kakashi, like that whole like this dude is the coolest dude in anime, and that lasted for like 3 episodes, and then
Now it's Gojo and Kakashi. Gojo took your spot, my guy.
like he literally does not. He don't got no W's no more. He somewhat came back against Obito. For those that don't know, in the Ninja War, blah blah blah. Go watch the Naruto Shippuden. He kind of had some dope, cool moments, but he did have just one Sharingan. But for a minute there, Kakashi was getting washed like by everybody.
Shout out to that
Like
Pain. Pain, Naruto kind of, even though it was still good, it went down after Pain. That Pain ended was so fire, dog. That whole fight was fire. It was emotional. I'm like, this is amazing. Then it's kind of like, okay. Even though you did get
yeah,
that cool Madara moments and
yeah. When he came in and he whooped everybody hand to hand combat with straight genjutsu, taijutsu, that was dope. And then he was like, "All right, I'm done doing regular stuff. Let me drop a meteor on you.
oh,
No, let me drop a meteor on top of a meteor. Matter of fact, let me drop like 10 of these on the earth right now, and then go from there." Mother was something different. I
he was
just feel like the
it was
mother of
cool,
all
but
chakra.
that
That was the best way to end that.
I'm like, that's what you gave Madara that cool moment. But to be fair, after Pain, Madara part was the only part that I was interested in. The rest of it was
The story
okay.
got good. The story was continued to be good.
But that's
It was just like the action stuff wasn't as good anymore.
But to be fair, after the Pain stuff too, it got a lot of filler. So that may be it too. That's when they start doing the Kashi filler and everybody filler, so that got terrible.
Which that was kind of cool. I was cool with
No,
Kakashi guiding. That was
that was
cool.
way too much filler.
I was
I
I was
got
cool.
tired, bro. I'm like, when are we gonna get to the main story?
I was cool with Kakashi, and I was cool with what's the other? Because they did
Minato
everybody's
is the only one
backstory
I
all
like.
over again.
I like Minato because I
That
actually
was
got to meet
dope.
him. But then I didn't care about nobody else, bro. I'm like, yo, just get on with the
That was
show.
dope.
This could have been a movie, dog. You could have just put this in a
Shout out to
movie.
Orochimaru. We liked hearing about how they came to be. I thought it was cool that they
It's
because they
way
kept
too much
talking
filler.
about the Great Ninja War, and now we get to the point where
Too much
okay, we're
filler.
gonna show you what happened in the Ninja War.
Too much filler,
That was
bro.
good feeling. I prefer that kind of filler opposed to
What
the
about
stupid.
the what's I forgot the dog guy name, his filler. That 10 episodes were rough.
Don't get me wrong. There is stupid ones where they just doing stuff around the village that don't nobody care about. I don't care about Choji having a weight problem when he was a kid. I don't care about that stuff. I We was cool off Hinata. They know we didn't need no filler with her. We know what her deal was. We didn't need none of that. We didn't need none of that. We don't need no Hinata. We don't need to see alternate versions as if Naruto's dad lived. It was nice, but they did that like for 15 to 20 weeks in a row, playing the same story, just saying, "Oh, what if they didn't kill all the Uchihas?" And Sasuke became police. Like they did that for way too many episodes, and I was like, I don't care about all these what ifs. I really don't. But it is what it is. But yeah, that's what I'm watching right now, Rock Lee. I just continue to watch that because it's funny. I like it as background noise for the most part. I'm definitely excited about Dragon Ball Super, of course. Who is granola? I'm sick of this. Like all these food puns is getting on my nerves. And this one is even more ridiculous. Just know that granola got his hands on the Dragon Balls, and I don't think it was the Super Dragon Balls. It was some Dragon Balls that apparently can make him the strongest in the universe. But
It makes sense.
somehow our favorite two Saiyans are going to get involved, and
It was just they didn't have nothing else. They were like, hey, bro, we just we gave Goku angel powers. So who do he fight since he mastered Ultra Instinct? Oh, it's levels to Ultra Instinct. Oh, okay. Vegeta's finna
Which
get.
even worse. Even worse.
He mastered
shout
it,
out
bro.
to the
Y'all
fact-
just said he mastered it. Then I don't know it's levels. He has to be able to do it in his regular form. And I'm like,
and
oh,
if
so
they
y'all
and
just
if
trying to carry this story on? Go, y'all didn't have nothing else.
they got to. The multiverse is crazy. Like Jiren's mortality rate and all that stuff. Like there's still higher mortality rates in the other universe. There was some universes in the Tournament of Power that didn't even have to participate because they had the strongest level.
But let's tell the truth, man. Goku owned Jiren when he went white hair. If he didn't lose his power and get extra, he would have won that. He won that easily once he got that. When he turned white hair, he owned Jiren. Jiren went full power. He just said, "Oh, this dude did." He went and just said like this, and the man said, "Got hit 15 times." I'm like, "Oh." And then Goku like, "I'm finna finish you."
Was going through a mental breakdown. Let's not forget about that.
That was just to make it so regular Goku and Frieza can beat them in base form, so he have a reason to lose. I'm like, oh, okay.
That was bad. They should not have lost. I'm sorry. That was just terrible plot armor if I've ever seen it.
And they're like, we gave Goku the ultimate power where everybody bows down to him randomly, but his body can't take it, and he gotta lose. And then Jerry, we need a reason for him to actually beat Jerry. Shout out to Android 17. I did like the fact they let somebody else win besides Goku. And it happened to be one of my favorite characters. I love 17, bro.
And let's not forget who the real dragon is in Dragon Ball Z. It's Bulma. Shout out to Bulma. What wish do you want? Oh, you just want to take your kids? Go ahead and wish all the universes back. And I'll pay for a vacation for you. I got you. But y'all, first of all, what kind of friend is Bulma? Because she just be letting people just. First of all, Hercule is the richest man on the planet next to Bulma, and y'all both good with both of them.
I thought Bulma was richer than Hercule, and then Hercule was sick.
Bulma is richer than Hercule, but Hercule got it though. Hercule has it.
And the thing is, I hate they did that in the manga. They said Chi-Chi like Goku or broke. I'm like, didn't Hercule just give you ridiculous amount of money to allow him to win a tournament? Like, didn't he just give you like a mountain of money? What did y'all live in the forest and he gave you like $100 billion and you don't live in a nice house? Y'all live in the woods eating porridge, dog. What did you spend it on?
No. If Goku was dead, she'd still have that money and they'd have a nice house.
That's what I'm saying.
Goku's not dead. He's still training. He's training at a rate where I'm sure his cholesterol and all. I don't want to get into the science of Dragon Ball, but there's some science behind how you can be that strong. And you just gonna have to always refill. So I'm sure she spent millions of dollars.
But it was weird what they did. Tartaru, you gotta. I don't know what you're doing, bro. Talking about, oh, we need to go. You need to go fight Granola so we can have money. I'm like, you know, the two richest people on the planet by a lot, and they're your best friends, and they kind of owe you. So why don't you just ask them rather than going to fight some random dude on some random planet that you don't know about?
Who knows if their money translates to Earth money? Like what?
And plus, my own question is, you didn't have to do that. All you gotta do is say, Goku, this dude said he the strongest in the universe. Goku would be like, I want to fight him. That's all you gotta do.
You did not need to go to Chi-Chi and say, can you get your husband
it
to
was
fight
so
this guy?
stupid. This whole Granola arc is written terribly so far.
Because I was already kind of done. Like, I was like, Moro, if we want to be done with Dragon Ball Z, we could be done.
I kind of like Moro. I like the reasoning to why he can compete with them.
No, that's why I said I'm good off of being done with that. Now at this point, you're bringing the Dragon Balls right back into it again and starting this whole different arc.
My thing is Goku is the strongest character, right? Moro had the ability to use magic and steal powers. Okay, that makes sense. He making Goku weaker with his magic powers, and magic is weakness to Superman, and we get it.
Absolutely.
So you can be creative like that, but now you're like, Granola, I wish to be the strongest. And like I said last week, we done went over this. We haven't found one of the Dragon Balls in hundreds of years. Then he randomly put it out the water after 200 years. And I'm like, y'all just did this. Y'all Netflix bodies?
We're about to squeeze everything out of what Dragon Balls can do. We just about to squeeze everything out of.
And then they gave that crappy reason. Oh, if you if you lose this 2,000 years off your life, you can do this. I'm like, this. Oh my God! But we'll see on the
I also
20th.
want to throw this out here about Weiss. Weiss is so good that what I want to say, in the Broly movie, he used Ultra Instinct against instant transmission. I don't know if y'all saw this, but Gogeta used instant transmission to get in front of Broly, and Weiss moved before he got there. Ultra Instinct is built to be so crazily OP. Like, I'm here for it. And I'm here to see how, this is why I'm still invested in Dragon Ball. I do want to see how far this Angel thing goes. Like, how strong will I ever see Whis take a punch? Like,
and
that
according to Whis, his daddy is way stronger than him. So I'm like, I don't even know how that's possible. Y'all on some, like, it's a few characters in anime. If you ever read Solo Leveling, read it, the manga ain't got the webtoon ain't got there yet. If you ever read it, okay, he's stronger than them. If you ever read Reincarnation of a Slime, the manga and what's the name ain't got that, but if you read it, Rimuru the strongest character in all the anime. It's not even close. So, but other than them two, they got ridiculous levels.
That's wild.
Reincarnation, his power is on some other level. I don't know what that is. That they gave him some power up that don't make sense.
You can do that.
Yo, I'm gonna tell Joe after, because I don't think Joe watched, but I ain't gonna spoil it for y'all. But Rimuru, he on that level of power ain't normal, dog. That ain't normal. But yes,
shout out to the people that watch.
We got 4 more minutes, bro. We got to get Stephen A. Smith real quick. Let's get into it.
Man, hey, don't be telling me when to get in and stuff. I just want to say my last little piece. Nah, so you know it's on my mind, man. So it's definitely been on my mind. Kwame Brown definitely went at the people on the Up and Smoke podcast. It was Gilbert Arenas, Steven Jackson, and Matt Barnes. They were sitting around talking about how basically Kwame Brown lost his confidence, blah, blah, blah. Kwame Brown at 39 years old came after those men, and there was some Beckys with the good hair. Gilbert Arenas, you tap dance for the white people. And Steven Jackson need to pull his pants up and take that blunt out of his mouth and act like a grown man. There's a lot of that going on, which whenever Kwame Brown is trending, Stephen A. Smith gets to trending because of his most famous line. So what do you think when you lose a guy like Kwame Brown? Who cares? We remember that. So it also happened to be on the same day that Stephen A. Smith just so happened to go on a quick little tirade about some of the people that play for the Brooklyn Nets. Do you have a little bit more insight on that than I do on this?
Yes, Kyrie Irving said basketball is not the first thing on his mind. He's thinking about the people overseas and that situation in Gaza. He's talking about other things, COVID and his people in the world. Stephen A. Smith said, hey, if you don't want to play basketball, just quit. I'm like, that's kind of his job, though, to play basketball. I'm pretty sure people don't care about their job as much as real life thing, but they still have to go to work. Stephen A. Smith said that didn't make sense. Then he went on another tirade talking about he don't care about Russell Westbrook's triple doubles because he's a loser and people's upset about that. And I don't understand why he's mad at Kyrie for caring about other things in the real world that actually matter other than basketball. Even though we joke about Kyrie taking time off all the time, that's forever funny. But at the same time, I'm not gonna hate on him for caring about stuff that actually matter in real life.
Because he's not wrong. We've said it. We've made all the incense jokes, and we've done that over the past. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, and go back and watch some of our other episodes of Keeping 99 and West New 99 Sports. All that. Go back and watch that.
Playlist at the end.
Because Kyrie's like my favorite, but like when it comes to that kind of stuff. But we don't dog him for what he's saying. We just enjoy the fact that he's a black man with a whole bunch of PTO, and we joke about that part of it. But we don't joke about the issues. He's not wrong. There's bad things that are happening, and you're telling him to just go out there and play basketball. Stephen A. Smith, how dare you?
Hey, he's on Disney.
Yeah.
We got it. He works for Disney. That's the shut up and dribble arc.
Actually, I'm surprised that Disney has not suspended Stephen A. Smith for taking such a wild take on Kyrie Irving, who was trying to do his best.
Yo, you asked for the shut up and dribble. We figured it out. Stephen A.
Well,
Smith is
also
their art.
the West is so the East basketball is going to be, the playoffs are going to be on ESPN exclusively, and the West does TNT as they do every year. So maybe they want to get a little drama for each game that the Nets get going with whoever they play, whether it's the Pacers or the Hornets. I'm not sure how that whole play-in situation works out because it's crazy and weird. But end of the day, I mean, where are you at with Stephen A. doing this, especially with Westbrook? I mean, Westbrook, I'm sorry, the man doesn't win games, okay, but the stat line's incredible. So it happened to Peyton Manning for a long time. He had great stats, but sometimes he just couldn't win.
Stephen A. is we know he's a character. That's what the problem with most of these people, they become characters. And you start saying stuff you know and get you trending. Why? Because it make you more money. And people are gonna pay attention to you. Like I said, I'm doing a video on that next week. This week is gonna be about value on my Zelmay channel. So look in the comments for my Zelmay channel. In my link tree, Joe's channel gonna be in there too for his personal channel. He might do vlogs and stuff, little skits or whatever for his channel. So go sub to him too. But yeah, man. Next week I'm talking about how the media manipulates, and that's gonna be a fun time next week. And how
especially after we get done with a whole week of NBA basketball, playoff basketball, there's going to be a lot of narratives. We're going to be talking about MVP Curry versus LeBron James, and if LeBron James does he have an excuse if he loses because of his ankle? I mean, there's a lot of stories that are coming up this next week as far from a basketball standpoint. But again, we also have some great entertainment news that's coming. So I'm sure next week for Keep It 99, I hope y'all love all of our shows. But we got something for everybody. So the next episode of Keep It 99, obviously, we are going to delve into what we delve into, which is entertainment. Entertainment, we love it the most. Entertainers are rich, and entertainers do things that us regular people, we do as well, but just not to the same extent as them. Can you imagine the tip drill video being at Bill Gates' house? Can you imagine that?
That'd been lit. Hey, Bill Gates, were you helping in the background?
Throwing Bitcoin around, throwing theoretical money around.
Yo, I wonder what Elon Musk got up. He looked like he wild.
That story is going to be insane. If there's ever a tell-all, like where he got this homie that was just like, first of all, do you betray the richest man in the world?
Hey, man.
Or do you just keep that on the low? Because Netflix can pay me $100 million to tell my story, right? But my homie is worth billions. Am I gonna turn my back on him or not?
Man, add your button.
Shout out to the Rory and Maul podcast coming whenever they let them get a camera. They got to rent their cameras from the library up to the college. But you got anything else before we get up out of here for the night?
Man, remember, I hope y'all in the comments, let me know if you made it this far. Let me know if you like the new ticker, man. I made it smaller than yesterday. We still working on making everything look good. This ticker will be around even when we all together, so it's going to be whatever the news is that way y'all know what's going on in the world as we do Keep It 99, the What's 299. Well, What's 299 podcast probably won't have the ticker as much. However, What's 299 Sports, Keep It 99, What's the Trend will all have the ticker. The regular podcast is just homies kicking it, so you won't probably see tickers or whatever. But it's what it is. And remember, as we continue to grow.
Before you go there, I want to say thank you for all the hard work that my boy Zelmay, Late Alpha does behind the scenes. I mean, the man just be working behind the scenes. You think that he just come on this camera and be talking that shit. He is behind the cameras, behind the scenes, putting it together, making plays. And I gotta say, I appreciate you, brother, because of ticker. I thought that only ESPNs could do that shit and CNN. But here you are, man. You making a lot of things. You taught me a lot of things. I'm a little bit better for it. So, man, I gotta say thank you for that. I'm gonna keep on stomping with you, brother. But with that being said, man, take us on out of here.
Remember, even if you William Gates and you got those beautiful women and they tempt you and then you lose your wife and lose your billions, some of them, you are still rich enough to own an island that you could go to and chill. So, my brother William, will you please keep stumping? Why? Because tonight you will have strippers at your island and something amazing with your nerdy self, William. Can't happen if you don't go to jail. Peace.
Peace.